There's Birdie Booth on here again with another precap to another play pool, and this time we are looking at Weld in season 12. Yes, this is my play pool, and it's also my guest's play pool. Yet again, he's come to help me out, the one and only Dragoon. Evening, Dragoon.
Evening, Bernie.
How are we feeling?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Looking forward to doing World.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad, is it? We got the champ. we got the champ with us as well, haven't we? So that's pretty cool. So always good to have make our play pool even harder. You know, as they say. But
you know,
it is what it is, isn't it? You know, you got to beat the best if you want to win it. So you know, that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, I mean, like I say, I mean, we did. Which one did we do? We did European, Europe. That'll be on my YouTube channel, so anybody wants to go on there, they'll find it on there. Now we're gonna go with what's an interesting one really, because obviously you got the champions in there, the winners. That is strange, and then you've got obviously the bullies in there as well. So these two American teams, typical American kill teams, yeah, coming over to our patch. Then you got the Nightmares, another American. You know, the sort of like, you know, and then you look at the Brits, the lovely Brits, the British. You got Jock, obviously Elves, me, obviously Elves, you know, you're a bit bashy, but not really bashy. You got the Ariel, nice team as well. Chase is sort of like nice-ish, so he's the only really American who's actually playing ball. The other three are just thugs. So, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? Maybe, you know, we need to destroy them three.
I mean, if someone wants to, you know, just destroy all of the killy teams and they want to fight each other, then just leave us. Not so bashy teams.
The thing is, though, you see like two kill teams match up, and if you really look at the play to the game before you play, you're like, oh great, good chance of them like having some MNGs or some dead people, and they never bloody do kill each other. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a bummer, really. But yeah, so obviously the way the playoffs will work this time around, there's 3 play pools, and the top 2 go through to the playoffs, and then the best 2 third place finishers out the 3 pools will go through as well. So basically, at the end of the show, we will obviously predict our top 3, and obviously our ball prediction again as we go along. So let's start off then, and where better to start than the champs. The winners, Jumptopia winners, who had a bit of an interesting season where they lost nothing all season. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And then in the off season, Chofeda said, you know, I might as well be strength 5. Strength 4 is a bit boring, so he's now strength 5. He also brought in a strength 4 K-stroke blocker as well. A lot of guard. You know, obviously they got the killer. What else have they got? I've got a couple of Mighty Blow pieces there as well. Garth Brooks, obviously, one of Beers' favourite players. Sapphire Raven's a nice piece as well. I actually thought these were a bit more killier. When I was going through the auction, I honestly thought they got a few more kill pieces. I mean, still got enough to damage, obviously, with Chofeda there. But again, they're going for the full 16 again. What we thinking, Dragoon?
Well, I mean, I like this team. He's got a full 16. He's got the bench. He's got a mix of the bench as well. It's always like good to see. He hasn't like you've said. He hasn't gone mass claw in mass like pom. What's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm more scared personally of someone who like mixes things up and has a bit of pom but not a lot of it. Than someone who just has mass pom, because then it's kind of predictable on how they're gonna play. Right. But like with this team, you could play it fast, you could play it slow and march way up the middle. Yeah, it's a really nice team. Yeah, I mean, I think this championship was a long time coming. Obviously, he's got some seriously big players in this team. You know, obviously J Love, he's a big lad, and then obviously Chofeda, he's the enforcer. But people like Sapphire and Garth Brooks, Thrandrel, Royalty, they've all been there for a while now as well, and obviously they've added some decent players. Jack in the Box again, Movement Nan, Wrestle, Strip Ball, Leap, and Jump Up's a nice piece as well. No team has ever won back-to-back titles in Blitz, so the question is, can the winners do it? And I think the teams
probably stronger this season than it was last season. So if you look at it from that perspective, then yeah, of course they can. But can they go 2 seasons with no attrition against them? You know, especially when they've got to come up against, say, Jimmy Mack as well, and obviously a few others who've got a few, either kill pieces or foulers and stuff like that, and crazy special weapons. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, Joe Fader strength 5, that is just like immense. But the thing is with Joe Fader, he's got power on, so a lot of times the power on, don't they? So you probably your best chance to get rid of Joe Fader is to boot him, or if he, or maybe stay him down all over, commit, try and protect him, and that'll leave gaps, everywhere else. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes through the season. Obviously, J Love, he's a big cheese. He's the one everyone there either likes or wants to kill. And while he's in the team, they're going to be one of the favourites. I don't really see any weaknesses in this team at all. I just think it's a really well put team. The lost in the final to more shots with making money. They obviously won one last season. This team's there or thereabouts. If you want to play devil's advocate, and we like to play devil's advocate, and Jock's not here to play it, is they have really been having it nice and cushy in the American play pools. You ain't in the American play pools now. No. The Europeans are a lot tougher than them Americans. Yes. And the thing is, we probably took one of the best American teams and put it in here as well. And then you've got the Nightmares as well, who will probably want to try and kill that J-Love as well, if they've got any sense. So yeah, I mean, I'm clutching on straws obviously with that comment, and it's a joke for people if they try to take it seriously. I like it. I look at this team, and if I don't know, I can't see them really not making the playoffs. He's an excellent coach. Yeah, absolutely, you're a bias. Absolutely, Jimmy. You say it's your bias, and it is for certain. It is certain, but in a way, it isn't, because I'm just basically telling you the truth. Anyway, Jimmy, I think his is next, isn't it? No, of course, yeah, you don't.
Is next.
Yeah, but you don't need. I mean, there's this thing about claw, isn't it? I mean, let's have mass claw, but teams have proven you don't need mass claw. And I think if you look at most of the winners who won the championships, I think a lot of them teams hardly had any claw. And that's the thing. This is what everybody gets involved in. They just want to kill stuff. And that's great, they want to kill stuff, but you also want to win stuff. And that's the difference. And this is I like this team. I really like this team. He's got a nice bit of guard. I can't shaky. I got told off for someone changing the team after I did a precap, so best not, I like it. I mean, and you know what I'm like. If there's something I don't like, I don't pull any punches, and I'll turn around and say I don't like it. But like Jimmy says, the only thing I can do is give you your bias. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to put on it? Can you see any weaknesses in this team? Is there any weaknesses? Can anyone in chat see any weaknesses?
I've got one.
Oh, go on.
I don't know if it's a strong weakness, but his TV is higher than a lot of others in this play pool. So, if he runs out of rerolls because of a chef or whatever, then he could be in a bit of bother.
Chef's a 300 though, so I don't know. It's interesting because, like, when we were discussing TVs on the last one, people were saying, well, it's Blitz, isn't it? So who cares, really? Shaker saying TV not really high. Celtic Claymore evening. Yeah. I'm trying to remember who Celtic Claymore is. Who is it, Dragoon? You'll probably know. Someone will know. My apologies. I can't remember.
Chaotic Claymore.
Celtic Claymore. Oh, it's Jock. How did I not know it's Jock? How did I not know?
I was about to say, isn't it?
No, I don't know. I've had a long. I'm getting old.
But out with the old, in with the new. Hello, everybody, to the play pool.
Where am I? This is in my house. It is the Wells. Yes, I can at least get that right. Yes, it is, Jock. You'd have to be a brave man to back against him not winning it again.
I mean, you might know more than me, but I think the last 3-4 seasons, he's made it to the playoffs. So,
has he? Did he not miss out?
I believe so.
Before.
No, because I met him in the playoffs.
Did you?
The season before.
Did you beat him?
Yeah, I beat him.
Did you? There you go. There's a plug for Dragoon. We'll all tip Dragoon to win the title now. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's a great team and it's a great coach and it's one of the big franchises of Blitz. So yeah, we'll have a look at the rest of the teams and then we'll obviously decide if that team is still good enough to make the playoffs or even so win the championship again. But like I say, no team has ever won back to back. Right, Philly Tailgate Bullies. Yes, I'd have rather he'd stayed in the American side. An absolute kill team. I mean, these are the sort of teams you just hope to just die on the way to the match. Never mind being in the match. Let's go with positives. Ted Berry, I've always had a soft spot for Ted Berry. You know, he's the sort of guy I would probably turn around and say, look, if you're gonna get rid of him, I'll buy him off you, and I would probably do that for maybe 4 plays. Or 5, not many people. I think he's a real nice type. I really like him, Ted Berry. Pretty Boy Eric is a nice solid piece as well. Wrath of Blackheart, Dumax are dreaded, and 4 of them can go and fuck themselves and die on gonorrhea. They can all do one. You know.
Well, he only has 2 part-1s, so let's look at the positive.
Yeah, to be fair, we've seen a lot worse. But you know, I'm an elf, so I'm allowed to be on the other side and say this is disgraceful. I mean, Jimmy's an excellent coach. I mean, obviously, the Jimmy and Armac are both brilliant coaches. I think Jimmy will do really, really well in this division. He always does very well. It's a shame, obviously, for Armac that he can't have his rivalry with the Guam Bell Boys, so I always look forward to that one. And obviously he doesn't get to play against his brother as well. Oh, I feel really guilty. Should we go and put him in America? I think we should turn him into America. Yeah, I think that's what we should do. I feel real bad now. Let's get in the America one. Find someone who's less killy and we'll put them in. Someone who's maybe not played Bloodbowl ever will do. What do you think of this team then? Come on, tell me, Dragoon. You tell me.
Sorry, what was the question?
Oh god.
Hey, I've had 1 bump to the head and I'm like just gone already.
Mate, you play Union. Come back when you play Rugby League. That is the tough one. That is the tough one. What do you think of this team? Is what I was saying.
I mean, all jokes aside, it's a very nice team. I never like Vamps, so I personally wouldn't bring in the Mentalist. I think you can get more for your money there, but that's just me, personal preference. He's got the frontliners with the disgusting Chaos Dwarfs, and then he's got his Blitzer. It's ball handler. Who would you give the ball to? Would you give it to the Mentalist?
Be a bit mental to do that. It's a vamp. We would love to take Mumbo, but it's about -8 hours or -9 hours on it, so it'd be unfair on Mumbo. But we're quite happily to trade Jimmy Mac for Armac because Dragoon says that's the best brother. So you know.
Oh no, not this again. Oh no.
Mate, here's the plan to beat this team. If you then again, his TV actually is quite good. Kind of ridiculous. I would just foul the crap out of this team. Basically, if I've got a bench, I'd be booting the crap out. Every time one of those blockers went on the floor, I'd just boot the crap out of them. Especially if I've got DP. Well, I don't have, obviously, but if someone's got DP. The problem is when I've seen Jimmy play before, and it's not often, so I may be completely wrong here, and I apologise to Jimmy if I am, but he is a kill. He has got a kill mentality. He's always piling on and he's always bashing. And I'm like, mate, you've left yourself open, but he's just, and he just keeps, piling on, killing, and all that, and re-roll and stuff like that, where I think if that's sometimes I've seen him obviously play. And if he keeps doing that in this division against some teams that are very speedy, he may come unstuck. Obviously, if the Pommers clean house, they'll win, obviously. But I think it's always that sort of like, you've got to be careful with teams like this, because obviously, they're only movement 4. And if he keeps pomming and he keeps putting himself out of positions in trouble, the mentalist is going to be interesting, because obviously he's got his thralls in there. What I think that's really good that he's got. I mean, George Michaels, what a name that is. Robo Thrall, what a name that is. It's like I named them.
Oh wow.
Jody Boy, was that one a man? I don't think it was it? He's a big bully. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, that's what they're in the team for, to jump on parallel and kill. And I ain't got an issue with that, but the amount of times I've seen, not just Jimmy, but other teams, and obviously Bearzo's another one for this, they just pile on. And it's like, yeah, but you now put yourself out of position, or you've left a really important piece, open, or they'll pile on and think, crap, I may get fouled, so I better, bring 3-4 players to cover him. But then while doing that, you're then making holes or helping the other team get what they want. And that's the thing. That's the thing we've got to be careful of. Yeah, like I say, it's a good team. If his killers fire, then he's got a great chance. If we take away the killers for now, what does he have? Pretty Boy Eric's not a bad player. He's alright, he's good, solid, strength 4, blood, side step, strip ball, tackle. I like him a lot. I've already told you I love Ted Berry. But then when we go past them, what we got left? Mika Swan, not bad. But only AV7, don't like that. Count Ridiculous, who I think will get the ball. I think that will be his ball carrier. But again, no show hands on that. I don't like ball carriers with no show hands. I really hate that. Because a lot of ball sackers, they don't mind doing a red die, especially if they've got strip ball and you don't have show hands. So that would be the only weakness ball handling wise. And then look at this. This is the other problem. Simple Simon, Jody Boy, George Michaels, Robo Thrall, Bobby Hoying, all AV7. Then you've got Mika Swan AV7, Ted Berry's AV7. There's a lot of tasty sort of morsels there for anyone, even with just Mighty Blow. And the problem then is if you start chipping away at them, then you can gang up on the choke blockers. Or the choke blockers might just be on the floor, so give them a good boot anyway. It doesn't use the count for ball carry when I play. The count. Oh, count ridiculous. I'm just guessing. I know it could go with Mika Swan. I don't know. None of these have got short hands, so it's pretty irrelevant. But obviously, with Count Ridiculous, he's got AG5, so he's leaping over on a 2+, so it's hard to defend against him if you've got the ball. Yeah, a lot of AV7 in this. I mean, they're certainly going to be bringing the pain with them 3 killers. Guard-wise, the farm, they've got 5 guard. Bully's Niggle 2. Oh, well, there we go. Then Bull's Niggle. Remember that Dragoon when we play him? Niggle Bull. So there's the more I'm looking at this, the more I want to say Glass Cannon. It can certainly hit, but how much is he going to be able to take a hit back? That's going to be interesting, because smart people will not go for the killers as much. They'll be, well, these killers are going to bloody take players out. So what's the best chance of me taking players out? Is it hitting the AV9? No. Is it hitting the AV7? Yes. And if I'm hitting the AV9, I'm hitting the Niggle. So it's going to be interesting. I like this team. I like the coach. He's a very good coach. Again, he's going to be one of those who'll be up there. It's a really tricky play pool, this. Yeah, it's a funny one. I must admit, it's a funny one, this one. Oh, God, I hate Astro Granite. Really hate Astro Granite. Just makes it look ugly. Get some elf turf. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's got 14 players. I like that. He's got a bench. I think this is going to come down to how well the AV7 holds.
I mean... If Geordie Boy and Simple Simon take hits like what they did for me last season, them two will be on the pitch the entire time, because they just would not die.
Right, okay.
But changes season on season, and I probably got really lucky with them too.
Thing is, though, if the place from 10 to 14 again hit, that's fine. That's what they're there for, What's your sponsorship, Jimmy? What is it? Does anyone know? Because that would be interesting. He's probably fell asleep now, hasn't he?
Probably. But, let me check my Blitz board.
I don't like he's got no ball carrier. Not with sure hands. But again, it depends really. Orchidas. What does Orchidas do? It basically depends how many more teams have ball sackers? Because if they haven't got them, it's not an issue. You know? But it's an interesting team, this. And like I say, he's got 6 tackle in there as well. What doesn't help the elves. Thanks very much, Jimmy. I've got 1. What, a ball sacker? I think I've got 2, to be fair.
I think.
I agree with that, Jim.
Had a couple either.
I agree with that, Jimmy. I agree with that, Jimmy. So yeah, we'll come back to them. Interesting. And the TV's really nice on the tailgate bullets. I like that 2250. That's a beautiful sort of, TV. So it's really nice the TV compliant there. Right, the Atlanta Sea Vipers is a team I'm looking forward to playing. They're always good fun. I'm not exactly sure if Ariel will be playing or it'll be obviously Osiris, but either one will be fun. Stegirus, Skull of Stegirus. The Dart Bomber, he's an absolute maniac, that lad. Cheska Warrior Princess. Big Guns Harry with his big guns. A lot of speed here. Juicy Burger. Oh, yeah, I presume that's a dead player. Celine Fox. Good to see Celine on the team. Jumping Jack as well. Yeah, this is it. This team's going to put up scores. And I think this sort of team will have an exciting game against the Hot Dicers because they like to score a lot of touchdowns as well. So I can see these two teams just going at it. You score, I score, or whatever. I think you'll see a lot of going there. And also the Tequilas as well. I think they'll get into a score fest with these, what I think could be really, really good. It's a solid team, 14 players. That's what I like. I mean, usually before I've seen them where they've only had 11 players and they've all been AB7, you think you got no bench, you're going to struggle. To me, the Dart Bomb is the guy who really causes carnage in this team. And it's a solid team. I mean, like I say, you look at 2 to 7, it's not exactly too exciting, but they'll do the job. Again, a lot of AB7 was an issue. And there is a lot of tackle we've seen so far in the player pool, so that blodge won't be as effective. What do you think of this team?
I mean, he has a one-turner.
Yep.
Chase will be smashing his TV and wanting to curse.
Yeah.
I think you've said it. I think with this team, it's going to be score more than what the other team can score against.
Yep.
Because they just have so many options.
Yep.
And with the dive bomber, that nowhere's going to be safe for your ball unless you have somewhere, unless you have support around it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, Jock saying doesn't have much guard. Yeah, one guard piece.
I was just about to point that out.
Yeah, that's a problem as well. They've got a lot of strength though, 3 strength 4s and a strength 5, so that'll help to a certain extent. Obviously, Cheska Warrior Princess, she's going to be in massive danger with a tackle as well. It's not a bad team. There's 3-year-olds again, TV efficient, 2280. So that's good in that respect. And obviously the one-turner as well, as you say. Is it a point-and-click one-turner? I don't think it is it?
Yeah, it's a point-and-click one-turner.
Movement 10. Oh, yeah, Juicy Burger. Yeah. Yeah, these one-turners, like I say, Chase won't be happy with that, will he? But it is what it is. BB3 won't have one-turners, so that'll be cool. Yeah, like I said, the Dart Bomb and Cheska Warrior Princess, they're the 2 big ones for me. Obviously, scoring-wise, you're going to be seeing, obviously, the likes of Jumping Jack and Juicy Burger getting it done. So they'll know bar horrendous dice, they should score a lot. They've got an enforcer. The problem is a lot of teams have more than one enforcer, so it'll be interesting to see how they do. Yeah, Dart Bomb is the guy to take out this team. Yeah, easier said than done. Yeah, I think this team would be a lot more scary if they could have got a few more Saurus in there. But yeah, I mean, it's a good. Again, it's funny because I've seen the Warriors. Sorry, not the Warriors, the winners. Obviously, we saw obviously Jimmy's team, and now we've seen obviously the Vipers, and it's really hard to. I'm trying to get a picture of who our fans are here, and they're all very good teams. But the last 2 teams have got a lot of AV7, and that's what my head's playing with at the moment. But it's more likely that Jimmy's going to get attrition, where this team could get attrition, but it's not built for attrition, and there's nothing wrong with that, because that's the way the Vipers are here to entertain, and that's why I like the Vipers. And I think these will be one of the most entertaining teams to watch during the season. I think they'll be a lot of fun to watch. The question is how much of a pounding can these guys and girls take? That would be my only concern. But yeah, interesting. Not much else I can say. Good to see they got the Elf Turf, so I like that. That's a big plus for me. Love the Elf Turf, so can't wait to go and play there, hopefully. Yeah, so that is the Sea Vipers, and now we come to Chase, who was one of the bottom teams, didn't he? He takes pride in finishing bottom. 24-10. Scary looking team though. Look at this. They've got Red Creek Fair, big massive tree with block and all the other shenanigans, Sticky Roots, Blue Lagoon, Wretch Big Belly, Big Bubba Graham. So there's 5 big pieces there. They're humongous. And then look at this. Peter Perfect, Agility 5, Strength 4, Halfling. He's going to be good with the ball and to be thrown. Frank Gobbles, the Goblin as well. Really like him. Pecan Pie, who's the U-team player. Tomato Pie for more pie. Ziboma, the Hail Mary dude. Obviously, you got the Leaping Chainsaw dude. Nutcracker, one of the best ever nobblers. And I'm sure if Bears would have treated him right, we would have won champions. And Small Tuft as well. This team shouldn't be finishing bottom with this. This really shouldn't be. This team's scary. It's really scary.
I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, I don't know why. I get sort of like an ogre team feel. Like I don't know, with like the 5 big guys and then the one like superstar ball handler and Frank Gobbles. Peter Perfect is an absolute monster.
He is.
Pecan Pie. But like I don't know, it's different. Because he has no bribes. Well, I'm assuming with most of this game, like most of the games in this play pool, unless his team starts dying, he's not gonna get bribes. Well, I mean, if like the elves, for instance, score early and quick and get a little bit of an attrition, you could see both Demacolos, Reborn, and Ziboma off the pitch. What's 270 TV gone right there?
Yeah, and then they've only got 11 players.
If Cracker fouls and rolls a double, then
yeah,
he's off there. And then there might just be gaps. If like a couple boneheads happen, a couple really stupid.
Yeah, because there isn't any speed in this team. That is, apart from Frank Gobbles, there is no speed. They're all like, you got your Looney, you got your Bombardier, but they're only going to be on for one drive unless he has the inducement so he can get a it's going to be interesting, really, to see how they do. They got security gate as well. They lost 4-1 to the Philly Tailgate Bullies in a friendly, and then lost 3-0 to the Poachers. So they've had 7 touchdowns put on them and only 1 score, and that's a very good point from Armac. No tackle in this team. So they better be rolling pounds, otherwise they're in trouble. That's a very good point. Guard-wise, fine. Guard's not a problem. They've got 5 in there. They've got some beastie flings as well. Jimmy says, no tackle killed him against me. I think this sort of team, you're really worried that they might do damage to your team going forward, because they've got a lot of big units. I don't know. I think this team really should be competitive, but I do obviously, the problem you've got is if he starts losing, I don't know, if he lost an ogre or a goblin or a fling, then all of a sudden he's got 11 players, and then all of a sudden the 2 special teamers are on start with, and then after 1 drive they're off, and then you're down to 9 at the very best. Because I don't think he can induce players, can he? He can't induce mech, so that's an issue. So there's definitely some good points about this team, but there's also some major negatives. And it seems like Jimmy with his killers could seriously run through a few of these plays early. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they definitely could be competitive, but like you say, it's I can see this team, like you say, being outmaneuvered, especially when like Ogre start going bonehead and then trees just stop moving, get rooted. But he has 3 roles. He has got an apothecary, so I guess we'll see. Anything else you want to add to the taxmen before we move on?
Nutcracker is the best part of this team.
Yeah, let's hope it's. I've got a feeling he might die though, or retire this season. I don't think he's in love with the game anymore. Bless him.
Chase or
Nutcracker.
Oh,
It should be a championship winner, shouldn't he? Right there. Let's talk about the Napanay Nightmares. Right, first thing.
The most killiest non-killy team.
I mean, they're only 20. Right, they're 22-10, and I thought, maybe they're not as dangerous. And then I looked at the team, I was like, holy shit. He's got Fat Little Joe, the Chainsaw Freak. He's got his bloody Fungus Saloon, who's a scary motherfucker. And then he's got, like, look at this. Strength 4 Blitzer with Mighty Blow, another Mighty Blow Orc Blitzer, Grimlock Crack Joe's a Frenzy, Jump Up, Tackle Pommer. He's then got Sharp Claws, another Guard with Strength 5. Oh, look at that Kraken, the captain, who's not a fake captain anymore because he's finally got Mighty Blow. So he's going to be deadly as well. Who carries the ball? He ain't really bothered. He's not there to carry the ball. He's there to give you pain and retire your team, isn't he? Maybe Darth Yoda will carry. I don't know. There's no really ball carrier here, is there?
If anyone has played Proud Star, it is the most fun game you will have. But Jesus Christ, will your team come out?
Yeah.
A new, like. I mean, what didn't this team retire Shaky Dog one season?
Well, it basically ripped his team apart.
Bears.
It
can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he comes up against someone like Jimmy Mack though, because I think Jimmy Mack might take him to the cleaners if that claw works. Because like he's like he's probably the big dog in the pound, and the Nightmares are like, no, you're not the big dog in the pound. We are. So that would be interesting. If his kill fires, you're in trouble. I think it's one of the old teams could beat 4-0. I don't know. It depends if your armor holds with elves. If the armor holds, you're usually alright. It's if it doesn't. I've only got 12 players, and I would be giving him inducements. So, but again, if I'm giving him inducements, then he's going to be getting some brab, so he'll be able to bring his players back on. That's pretty huge for the Nightmares. I think this is a good team. I mean, the big problem, and it's already been mentioned, is there's no ball carrier. There's nothing even close to a ball carrier. I mean, maybe Brock Big Chin will carry it. Strength 4 Blodger. But again, strip ballers are going to have a field day. That's the problem. One thing I've noticed is, especially not just in this pool, but in this pool, a lot of the teams who are expected to do well, none of them have a designated ball carrier, or if they have, it's a bang average one. Like a no frills one. So it's going to be really, really interesting, because I think a lot of people don't understand that some teams have got really good ball sackers, and even with a red die, as long as it's not rolling skull, the ball's coming out because you've got no sure hands. So yeah, I'm interested to see. I mean, this is not, like I say, it's a nice team. I mean, all this strength and all this guard. I mean, this is not going to be a team to mess with.
It's a team what can 100% like deal the pain.
And the thing is, well,
a lot of it.
All of them are almost AV9 apart from the top 3. One's a chainsaw, one's obviously a Fungus Saloon who's strength 7, so it's hard to get him down, especially with block. And then you got Darth Yoda, the little freak who no one really bothered about. It's going to be a nightmare, literally, no pun intended. He's got Altef, I like that, gotta respect that. So at least if you die, it's on beautiful grass. But again, the Nightmares, every season, they're expected to make a fight for the playoffs or get in the playoffs, and they just can't get it done. So, will this be the season they get it done? That is the question.
I hope so.
Obviously, everyone knows I'm a massive fan of Nightmares. I'm always cheering Nightmares, as long as they're not playing against me, obviously. Every other time, I'm a big fan. I like the way he plays. And it's always carnage. and obviously everyone knows I love Carnage, and I love the Nightmares, and fingers crossed. If I don't make the playoffs, I hope obviously Nightmares do, because he's played long enough and he deserves to be in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So right, here we go then. Oh god, here we go. It is the I'm gonna try and pronounce this a bit more freaky. The Tijuana tequila shots. I don't know if it's
Do you know what this is reminding me of, Bernie?
What?
The Necro Police, trying to pronounce that first
Well, it's either Tijuana or Tijuana. Not right. I don't care if it's not right. It is right. I'm a Yorkshireman.
Tiana? Is it like meant to be like Tiana?
Tiana, like a tiara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiana?
Tijuana. Tijuana?
Do you wanna what?
Tijuana play some Bloodbowl? Tijuana tequila shot? Tijuana tequila? That's good, that. Tijuana?
That is good. That is good.
So basically, you go into Ian DeMarco's hot tub with your kilt on, obviously, and then Jock comes and goes, Tijuana tequila shot? It'll be even like the bottle, won't he? Great, excellent, fantastic. Right, all right, Tijuana. That's what we're going to call it. Tijuana. Right, let's have a look at the team then. 1990. He's got a very prudent sort of plan for the next 2-3 seasons. He's got a plan. He's not gone crazy money wise. So I appreciate he can do that, because I can't. So this season, there's two ways of looking at it. Anything's a bonus for him. But my saying with elves is they don't need to be OP elves to score. They're all agility 4. A lot of these guys have got dodge as well. He's got Finbar Feathercap, who I think is doing quite well in the friendlies. So again, this sort of team, you've got to take a reasonable outlook on this team, because this team isn't supposed to be OP. This team isn't supposed to be the finished article. He's gone by the more successful route in taking your time, maybe just learn the first season and then build on that. Proud of you, Miss Joes, mate. Gonna need their dance shoes to deal with all the strength in this player pool. Yeah, again, I beers, you're right, bud. What can I say? It is a work in progress. It's got a lot of blodge. The problem is a lot of teams have got tackle. That's the problem. And a lot of them's got mighty blow as well. So so what would be classed as a strength for elf teams like myself and obviously the Tijuana tequila? It could be a problem. But again, he's got no pressure on him. And I think, to be honest, he's been doing quite well in the friendlies. I know they're only friendlies, but he's used a different team. But I think he beat the Poachers, Dragon Isle Poachers. I think he's had quite good results against other teams as well. So, and he'll have the chef. So, on quite a few of these, I think he said he was going to do. Yeah, again, looking on paper, you wouldn't say this team will get through to the playoffs. But yeah, it beats Airplus and he drew with Monmo. So, on form, he's got to be there in the playoffs, if you look like that. Again, it'd be interesting to see how they handle. I mean, a lot of it's like mine, AV8. In fact, it's the same, just about almost as mine with their armor. Obviously, Finbar's pretty decent, but again, nothing apart from him can really get the ball out. At least he's got a soaring high tower, so obviously he's got an okay thrower there. So that's not too bad. So yeah, I mean, do you want to add anything else to the team, Dragoon? I mean, I don't really know what else to say about the team.
Well, like you said, Jock's had a plan. If this works towards his plan, this works towards his plan. It's not like a thrills team, but it's getting results in the friendlies. It's just nicely, like it's nice to the point where it can be competitive. Do I think it'll make the playoffs? But sometimes with Blitz you got to think long term, and I respect Jock for doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I try to remember. I mean, my team last season wasn't great, and obviously I made that mistake with the Witch Elf, who was MNG'd and injured for most of it before I sacked her. So, and I had like two, three decent plays, and that was it. And obviously I made the playoffs, so I don't see why this team couldn't do with a bit of good fortune. But again, you know, it depends how he comes out of his games. And again, he's going to get a lot of inducements, but he cannot take any max. So, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if after 2-3 games he's got no bench. You know, that would be the issue for me. But again, it's a build in progress. So, you know, I don't know. It's a tough one because obviously you look at the Monroe result and obviously you look at the Dragon Owl Poacher result. That's top form. That really is top form.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that's why I think he could be a dark horse in this because a lot of people will look and think, yeah, probably won't make it. But then, you know, compared to some of the other teams, but yeah, I don't know. Knuffles Alter, so that's not going to be in use. But I don't know. We'll see. Right, the Badland Bears then done really well in the group of death, making the playoffs I think at least the last twice. And again, they come back. Bravo Bear, obviously, you know, the best bear in Blitz. I think that's safe to say. Obviously, he's got Mike Evans. He's got Mr. Celia Ball. Harry Colclose was a big enforcer. You know, Roy. I mean, this team is stacked. Delta Force, I'm a big fan of his. Sidoni, if he kills her, then he's in trouble. Cynthia Fox, great player. I like this team. This is a powerhouse. This is an absolute powerhouse of a team. And if this team's not knocking on the player pool for the playoffs, I should say, then sack the coach is all I've got to say. It's got every base.
You say this every season, 30.
And you make the playoffs, so you know. I like the team. You know, I'm not a fan of 110s, but we all have to have him if you can, I guess. Bravo the Bear, obviously, we all love Bravo. Obviously, Miss Steal Ball, I presume that's your youth player, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, that's my youth player.
See how these wonderful players I create. Obviously, Cold Close, I hate Yetis. They need to die. Roy Bridge is just as deadly though with his Mighty Blow, Strength 5 tackle. He's beautiful. Delphos, very good speed he was. Sidoni, legend. Cynthia Fox, very good as well. Duke can be annoying. Stan Fem's really annoying. Thank God I got Juggernaut. And Sarah Seas is solid. I like this team. I don't know about anyone else. Somebody put Cold Claw on ice, please. Well, maybe you could do that, Jimmy. Maybe if you're getting first game, you maybe will do that. Yeah, this is a good, solid team. This seems to have the balance right. Obviously, 25-70, so we'll be giving inducements to probably almost every single team in this play pool, I think. But yeah, I can't really see any weaknesses. Looking at it, I mean, obviously this is your team. Do you feel like you've got any weaknesses, or is there anything you wish you could have got, what you didn't? Or?
Well, not really. I kind of got everyone that I wanted. I consulted Girth because I got my 11 solid. What's 13 to 1?
Mm-hmm.
And I went, do you think it would be worth getting a 2 human linemen? And I had a little talk with Girth about it. Because this was obviously my first season actually GMing the Bears. So I'm actually really happy with how it came out, honestly.
I like it. I think it's the best Bears team I've seen. No disrespect to Garth, who was obviously trying to keep the money in the TV low while you lent your trade. I like this team. I really like this team. No problem, Jock.
I don't know. The one thing what I when I built this team, I kind of noticed is I don't really have a dangerous ball sacker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really, like no one with strip ball who can like jump in or something. But
yeah,
other than that,
yeah, that's probably the weakness. And like I say, it's really hard for to cover all the bases on a team. But yeah, that's probably the one. I mean, your guard's beautiful. I mean, what's that? 7 guard. Hey Benny, do you like this team? I don't get it. Of course I like this team. Why wouldn't I like this team? I don't know. I've obviously missed some sort of joke there. Yeah, I like them. That was crazy, but didn't work. Okay. I love this team. I would quite happily, if I was the coach of this team, I would win the championship. I'll tell you that now. I'd beat you all with this team. I can say that because I'm not the coach. The other thing I don't like about this team is obviously what Dragoon said. There's no ball sacker. That is a major problem, but everything else is amazing. I mean, this team could steamroll over you. It can obviously hold the flanks. It can do everything apart from sack the ball. You know, so yeah. If I'm being honest, I'd fancy if this was my team. But then again, some of these teams, if you give me the winners, I'd really be confident of winning the title. Same with the Bears. I think them two teams for me, if you gave me them, I'd be like, I've got a chance here. I feel it. And if I don't make the playoffs, I'm going to cry. You know, something drastic would have to go wrong for me not to make it. But then again, you see, these teams are more playing to my strengths. I'm playing elves, and I usually roll double ones, so that's why I've never. But I like both these teams. This team's gonna be a pain in the ass. Is this? I'll either get you or Jimmy first week. I know I am. It'll be one or the other. I won't get a nice easy well, there isn't really an easy one, but not a one where I could maybe dissect. Oh, again, there's a nightmare. Oh, fucking hell, it don't matter what I get ready, does it? Yeah, I like this team. I feel really confident with this team. But then again, don't forget, every season I always say, them Fexton Firearms, I love them, I wish I could coach them, they're great. And they never seem to do very well, so maybe I'm just kiss of death. Anyway, finally we go to the Monte Cristo Hot Dicers, who couldn't roll a POW in 13 dice. Called Hot Dicers? I want my money back. But they did at least crash out to the winners, who obviously, went on to win it all. Different team this season. While other people were keeping 5 players, I kept 2 players. And that was Dodge Viper and Briarthorn Foxtrot. And then obviously we've had a bit of a remake. This is a lot stronger team than last season. But I'll let you dissect it, Dragoon.
Well, I mean, 1 to 8 is all like just stars. Your Moondango. Mm-hmm. Good luck trying to get the ball off him. Mm-hmm. Lord Braveheart. Ryan Thorn Foxtrot. It's makes the ball very unsafe at all times. Mm-hmm. You have the fodder, what I think you need with elves. Mm-hmm. If you're not having like fodder, then you're pretty much signing a Death Wish.
Yeah.
I really, really like Captain Hook. I don't know if that's just because I love diving tackle shadowing.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love Captain Hook.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a nicely built team, really.
I think a few people were surprised. I picked him up quite high up in the draft. I think this is actually done in the order I signed the players. So the first 2 obviously were my 2 were kept, but Fenric was my first pick, then Hook and Stormbrow. They were all them 3 were picked up in the first round of the draft, and then obviously then we go on from there. If I really wanted a DP or 2, I couldn't afford it. I came down to after signing the first 3 players, thinking, I'll have plenty of cash to be able to get more good players, and I didn't have it. I just didn't have the cash, and I was like, how do I not have the cash? So yeah, I mean, 2370 is an issue. There is a lot of juicy targets, but if anyone's seen me play, I am an extremely aggressive elf coach. I don't really stall with them. I'm just full on. From turn 1 to turn 16. Would I stall against the kill team so they don't get any more hits? Probably, if it was 10 7 or 10 8 or whatever. But I just throw everything, and I know that half of these will probably be broken by the end of it. But that's my job is to get the ball loose. It's not to fight. You know, I can't win a fight because that's not what we're built for. You know, I ain't gonna. If I'm slugging out with a Jimmy or you or something like that, I'm in trouble. But I have a lot of sidestep. I have a lot of dodge. I have my ball handler. I've got my ball sackers. I've got 2 of them. I've got my nasty Lord Braveheart as well. You know, you think stand firm safe on the sideline? Good luck with that. I'm leaping in on 2+ saying sayonara, motherfucker. So I've got I basically the way this team's was put together is I want threats all over the place. I want my opponent to not be just thinking, right, we've got to make sure Dodge Viper don't get near us or Foxtrot. I want to think, shit, well, who's taking him? Then there's him, then there's that guy. Oh shit, don't forget that, and then that. Oh shit, fuck it. You know, if you don't knock us down, I want us to be able to like manipulate it onto the cage, or at least get a hit back. So, you know, yeah, it's going to be a bit more scary against the tackle teams, or teams will just roll powers. But I can take the mechs, yes, Jimmy, yes. So the lower TV I am will strengthen me in other areas. So, yeah, I can take them. And that means things like mech, DPs, what I have no issue taking. If there's any weakness in the team, there's no catches in the team, there's no like speed in that respect. But I went with a plan that I'm probably going to go against a lot of bash heavy teams. So the AV8 was more appealing to me than a lot of AV7. As you can see, the 2 War Dancers are the only AV7 on there. I really did struggle with my last 2 picks, thinking, do I take Lord Braveheart? It's a lot of cash, but it does offer me a lot of different things. You know, he's leaping all over the place on a 2+, and he isn't a ball sacker really, and I get that, but he does have frenzy, so that's poor man's tackles. So he usually gets 4 dice, and you know, if he rolls a pow, but it is Juggernaut. So for instance, if I'm playing against Dragoon and he's got our 3 stand firm players, I can't 110, but I can if I've got Lord Brave out on the pitch, because he leaps in, does his Juggernaut thing. You know, and obviously sidelining cages ain't going to be safe against Braveheart because he's got jugs. You know, and that was the reason why I took Braveheart. He's not a ball sacker, although he still can jump into a cage on a 2+. And like I said, there's a lot of like strength 2, strength 3 ball handlers, and he's jumping in on a 2+. You know, so he can still do the job. But obviously, Dodge Viper and Bryful, especially Foxtrot, he's the guy who'd probably go in after them. So yeah, I'm happy with the team, but there's a few places I really wanted, like a Dauntless Ball Sacker. I just couldn't afford it, if I'm being brutally honest. So yeah, and obviously only 1 reroll and then the leader reroll as well. That's unfortunate. That is the other weakness, I think. But again, we'll see. This is a tough play pool. This really is a tough play pool. And there's a lot of tackle teams as well, and there's a lot of really hairy teams. But you know, we'll try our best. Like I said, we scored more touchdowns than anyone last season in the debut season, so I take a lot of pride in that. And again, we'll try and entertain if we can. You know, and we'll let Knuckle decide, I guess. But you know, it's good to know that I can take mechs if things go south. So I think that's it, really. You got anything else to say?
No, nothing really.
Right. So we've seen all the teams. Here comes the fun part. Then let's see if we can get a ball prediction then from Dragoon before we go on to the picks. Can you think of a ball prediction?
Monte Cristo Hot Dices won't win a game all season.
I knew he was going to say that. I had that down. That's so obvious. That's not really that bold. We're the underdogs.
What? You're not the underdogs at all.
I think I'm the West team in the play poll. I'll be looking to win one game.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Proudstars says it's curious. Right, okay. A ball prediction. What is a ball prediction? If I said Tijuana tequila shot would make the playoffs, would that be classed as a ball prediction? I think it would, wouldn't it? Well, they'd lose TV. He didn't think he's going to make the playoffs. A lot of teams.
Yeah, I'll give you it because he's probably the underdog, the dark horse.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to go with. Tijuana, Tequila. He will make the playoffs. So that is my thing. Right, let's go to predictions then. So the top 3 to make it. Who's coming in third? Mr. Swat Boy, who's probably already got them all marked out. I marked shit out. Man, I'll be on the fly.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go for it. Nappany Nightmares are gonna go in third.
Okay. I know I'm a top 2. I'm just concerned on my third one. I mean, I could put Tijuana in there, but I've already got them up all prediction, so I'm not going to put them in the top 3. I don't want to put too much pressure on the lad. I want to say the Bullies. I'm just a bit worried about their the bloodthirst against a lot of teams. What will punish him if he positions badly. Do I still go? I do like Jimmy though. I do think he's good enough to make it into the playoffs from this. I like the Vipers as well. Now I'm going to go with the Bullies. I'm going to. Jimmy's got a good record in the playoffs. Good record in the player pools as well. A bit like the Poachers. So yeah, I'm going to go with Bullies third. Who are you going with second? Yeah, I know, Jimmy. I know. But that was in the American player pool. Now you're with the big boys. I'm joking. Before American shoots me.
Beers comes in with the tax.
Yeah. Who do you think's coming second then? See, I'm pretty duty. I'm pretty chilled.
I know who's gonna come first.
So how do you not know who's coming second? You've only picked third.
I don't know.
What sort of thinking is that? Third place one should be the one where you're like, Oh, I'm liking this. I'm just chilled, mate. I've got it. What's that?
I'm gonna say the Atlantis Sea Vipers.
Jimmy, you won't make out the playoffs in Europe. There you go. There's your ball prediction for next season. That team would not make it through Europe. It might make it through World. Europe is just on another planet compared to everybody else. I'll be honest. I would say the same about my team as well, though, Jimmy. I'd say I won't make it either. That player pool is always just, I don't know. It's so better than everybody else.
Winning worlds with the Bears and the EU.
I'm saying that because VPowerB's paid me like £100 to say that. So second then, come on, I mean this is easy, innit?
I've said Atlantis.
Oh, did you?
Atlantis, yeah. I just said Atlantis.
Right, okay. Second place for me. Oh, shall we do a Dragoon? Oh, I don't really know.
I
don't really know. Bye, Eklad. Right, okay. Which way around do I want to do it? I know the two teams. That's not an issue. But like you, who knew who was going to win it, I'm not sure which way. I might have to toss a coin here. Let Nuffle decide. I'll let the coin decide. That one, this one, this one. That one. I don't know, but it's a coin. I'm tossing a coin. Just give me a second. I've got an NAF coin somewhere.
Nuffles, like.
Oh, where the heck is it?
Let Nuffle decide.
I've got a Lego piece. My son's Lego piece. Is that Julius Caesar? It looks like Julius Caesar. I can't really. Yeah, he's got a bit of thing. Oh, he has. He's got. I thought he was dead. They got stabbed in the back. Right, okay. I've got a coin. I went to roll my dice to be fair, but I haven't. Oh, well, there we go then. Right. So I'll think that team takes heads, and that team, yeah, definitely heads, tails. Yeah, right. Here we go. Look how I caught it. Heads that one yet, right? Oh, okay then. Second place goes to the Drumftopia winners.
I thought you were going to say that.
Winners! Winners! Chicken dinner. So they come second.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to win it?
Yours truly.
Who?
The best Blitz franchise in the world.
Oh, cheers, mate. Thanks very much. Thanks. That makes me feel really,
The Monty... Nah, it's Badland Bears. Every day. Badland Bears.
Oh.
We're going to come in, going to sweep it. 7-0-0.
Have you seen this? And Armac was on about Jimmy's head. Bloody hell. To be fair though, I did say I could win a title, didn't I, with the Badland Bears, and he just turned around and said, the same. Yeah, this was quite close for me. The thing what I like about the polls this season is any of these teams could win it. Even the Taxman could get it. The Nightmares are going to be tough as well. The Hot Dicers, if they get, if they can keep doing what they do from last season, they'll be all right. I think Tijuana, Tequila. I think they're going to be really interesting because obviously I've been really impressed with the way their friendly results have been. And if you can carry that form into here, he'll probably make the playoffs. I'm not being funny, but Dragon Poach is one of the best teams, and Mombo. Absolutely ridiculous kill team and other stuff he's got. To get results from them two teams to me is so impressive. But to me, the team I'm going to pick to win World is Badland Bears. I think the Bears are just really, really well put together. My only concern is they haven't got a ball sacker. But the thing I like about the Bears is they look stronger this season than last season. And the Bears have been in the European division for the last 2 seasons. And I've said for the last 2 seasons, and I have never been in the European one, so it's not because I was there. So I'm not, you can't blame me for that. I think the European has always been the hardest play pool to get out of. I seriously think that, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful because all 3 play pools got some great coaches, but I just think that play pool with so many champions as well. That's what you got to remember. There's so many former champions in that play pool, and the Bears have come through, made the playoffs twice from there, and obviously he's beaten the winners before as well, who obviously are the champions this season. I just think that the Bears, and obviously the coach is improving as well, because don't forget, but what people forget about Dragoon is he's not been playing that long, and he's had that one. Yeah, and he's had that brilliant teacher, Bernie Buffon, guarding him. I mean, how possibly can he fail? And look, I need to try and get myself half the trophy here. Play along with it. Yes.
The absolute best guard machine. Bloodbowl player, Bernie Buffon.
Yep. And obviously, when you win this title, I'm having half. Fantastic. Because I ain't gonna win one myself.
No. You get 10%.
Well, I'll take it.
That was the deal. It's in the contract.
Balls. Oh,
it's in the contract, Bernie.
But it sort of means I'll be a champion to a certain extent, so I'll take it. But no, I think this is a really good play pool. I think the Vipers are going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And Chase is going to be great. Proudstar is going to be great. Jock's going to be great. You're going to be a nightmare. Jimmy can just, Jimmy can just, I don't like chuffs, they can just do one. And the winners, I don't want to play them, I don't want to play anyone. Just give me the Vipers. Me and Vipers will play 7 games, best out of 7. When it goes through to the playoffs. We'll rack up about 50 touchdowns between us. What do you guys think? Who do you think is going to make the playoffs? Come on. Someone be brave enough to give you the top 3, because we've given you our top 3.
I mean,
it is
really
hard.
All of us are winners, in this play pool. It's all going to be fun games. I don't think one game in this play pool will not be entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
So
it is. It's a really nice mix, and like I said, there's a lot of nice coaches, and that's what I always look at. I mean, I like to see who I'm going to play against, because obviously I have a good laugh with the likes of Proudstar. Chase is always good fun. I haven't played Osris or Ariel for a very long time. Obviously Dragoon, he's a bit of a looker, but what can you say? Jock's obviously. I'm really interested how Jock does in this play pool. Obviously, Sterndale's just great, and he brings all the hype with the Chorfader and obviously J Love, and obviously it'd be great to see how they get along. And obviously Jimmy's a great guy as well, but I just don't like his team because he's probably going to break us all in half.
I think the only thing we're missing in this play pool is Mr. Hot Tub Man himself.
Dana DeMarco, yeah. Yeah, I see the Vipers getting a lot. I see the Vipers getting a lot of love.
Oh yeah.
I see why, but I'll be honest. They look a bit brittle. That's why I think I didn't pick them. And it's a long. They are though. They are brittle.
Yeah,
you know?
They are.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you play Jimmy because AV9's AV7 for most time anyway. But for the rest of us mere mortals, you know, it's you know. I would say the
I think
Vipers.
me and you look at AV7 differently because obviously I play Zons for quite a bit now, so like I'm kind of used to AV7.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably like this team more than say you because I don't see it as a glass cannon.
Well, it ain't really even a cannon. I just think the Vipers are really fun to watch, and that's what I like about the Vipers. They're the sort of team like the Nightmares. Even when I miss the Nightmare games, I'll go back and watch them because Proudstar.
They're so fun.
Yeah, because he's an entertainer.
So
he's an entertainer, and that's what I like. I like entertainers, and like I say, you know, teams like obviously. The Mystic Fall Timberwolves and all that who are kill teams, yeah, they are scary, but not many coaches tune in and say, oh, let's see a team rip someone apart. But, oh yeah, I really want to see the Vipers do crazy stuff and when Yaya Ding Dong and all that sort of stuff. Or they might say, oh yeah, I'll go and see the shots and the dices lay it down with throwing the ball all over the place. You know what I mean? So, I like teams like the Vipers, and I'll always cheer them on. And teams with character like the Winners have. Obviously, if Jimmy kills Chorfader, I will say nothing bad about him next season. That is, you know, I won't even care next season. There you go. That's worth it. Killing Chorfader. Yeah. So I mean, Proudstar thinks the Bears, Nightmares, and the Vipers are my call in no order. See, they don't put the order in like us, do they?
Did me and Proudstar agree? Because I said Nightmares.
Yeah. It's got to be Joe's. It's got to be Joe's.
Oh.
So
see, two brilliant mind thinkers think alike.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the only one you got right there, lads, is Bears, I'm afraid. Bears, Bullies, and Dice. Dice I don't know. People forget I'm a kill coach. I can't elf. I'm told this in every league. I can't elf. I'm a kill coach. I ain't got any kill. I ain't a kill team. Now, if I had the Bears, I would be claiming I'd win the league, but I haven't.
Whoa, I'm not a kill team.
No, well, maybe not kill team,
Whoa.
but I want about a team I'd be comfortable with. I mean, obviously the Bear would probably die first game. I'd coach him, but you know.
I would kill you. I love that Bear.
We have one pool left to do, Beers. Yes, we got the Americans. We thought we'd do well because America's probably all in bed, unless either the Mac brothers, or they'll be at work, or anything like that. But yeah, so that's us done, really. I can't think of anything. We weren't very controversial, was it? No mention of kilts, hot tubs, anything else. I think we did all right, to be fair.
Yeah.
Claw is for sissies, says Proudstar.
Amen to that.
That's fine, talk, Jimmy. I won't stand for that, Jimmy. It's called you a sissy. There you go. There's controversial at the end. Great. Yeah. Again, it's a lot of fun for us if some of you guys come on. We can have a laugh, have a joke. You know, it's a lot easier for me and Dragoon and whoever else is on is if we've got people in chat who'll have a chat with us, and you know, and just basically just talk smack like we do. I love it. I love this player pool. I think it's a really tough. Regardless of what player pool you're in, it's always going to be tough to make the playoffs, and it's always an achievement to make the playoffs. Regardless of what division you're in. Don't worry about it. I just did it because I had time to do it, Proudstar. It wasn't like, you know, oh, hey, you know, it was done in advance sort of thing. So obviously I will be getting a few guys on Blitz TV as well. I'm off next week, looking after my little one, so I'll be off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I will be hounding a few of you for Blitz TV, and I will be upset if you don't come on when I ask you. But I'm hoping to get it off with a really good battle of the coaches as well. That's my favourite part of the show. I'm not gonna lie.
Serious chess VGO again.
I'd like that. I'd love that. But I think both of them are two of the most busiest people at the moment. So to get them to first week, probably not. But we'll get something on. Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna have a few. I'm gonna try and make it a bit of a bumper first episode. Just try and catch up and get a few of you on, and obviously we're gonna have a lot of fun as well. And I think we've got something crazy we might be doing on a Wednesday, isn't it? With Tony, and we may see the return.
You and Tony were gonna do it, and I said I can help on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we all agreed it was going to be a Wednesday.
And the rumor is the return of Max Stallion. Apparently, Max Stallion is back for the next week, I think, or whenever we're doing it. So yeah, so that's going to be fun. Seeing good old Maxi boy back. So yeah, that's us done then, guys. We've just been talking shit for the last 10 minutes, so my apologies. We're done. Thanks for everybody in chat. Good luck to everybody in the play pool and obviously in Blitz. And yeah, we'll see you next time when we take on the American play pool, all 10 teams who will come out victorious. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for Dragoon as well, who's now going to go and chill out and think to himself, oh, what polish do I use to polish my trophy at the end of the season? So that's me done. I'm off now to go and see Jock, and we're both going to wear some kilts, and we're going to fly to Greece to join DeMarco in his hot tub. And yes, we will have one of those tequilas. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.